Hey, what's up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of 7 Deadly Sins Origins. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going over the top 5 account progression tips that I've been gaining over the time I've been playing Origins, which is about 100 plus hours. Yeah, it's a bit no lifey, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I have learned a lot here with different mistakes I've went through, and I'm gonna try and make sure I can curve that for you guys so you're able to, of course, progress as fast as possible. So if you guys like the video, of course, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. As always, leave a comment down below how you feel about the vid or any other tips if you feel like going ahead and doing so, and we're gonna get straight into it. Starting off with our first tip, or at least the 5th on the actual list here, I would say go ahead and do your story. Story obviously is going to be the easiest thing to do, or at least the first thing that you should always do, seeing it helps you out with getting EXP, gold, materials, and other different functions. By going ahead and doing this, you're going to eventually lock out, or at least unlock, all the bosses as well as all the systems, and the quicker you're able to do that, the better, because then you're able to go ahead and do those said dungeons and systems once everything is unlocked. Plus, at the end of the day, once you do all this stuff here, seeing that keys don't offer any EXP, main story should get you around at least level 36, maybe 35, and then you're able to start side questing, allowing you to get into the level 40 range and deal more of the harder content. Now granted, by going ahead and doing story very early, of course, you are going to have some problems because there are a few bosses that are here that will kind of stump you. But on the off chance that you do get that, either stop by the stream, jump into the Discord, or either try to ask some stronger friends for some help and let them get you through the story. I know not all people are going to want to be carried at certain points in times, but I will say if you really want to go for efficiency and effectiveness on your actual account, that's probably going to be the best way to go about it, especially if you're starting new. So this is one of the first progressional tips I would say. Go ahead and do that, get done with your story, and we'll go ahead and move on to our next tip. Starting off with our next tip for progression here, immediately start on your side questing. I know it may sound a little bit of an annoyance, but side questing is going to be a huge thing inside this game, seeing that the story will only get you up to at least level 35, maybe 36 if you're lucky here, but you're going to be kind of stuck there. If you start going ahead and doing side questing and a lot of other side things here, you're going to gain up a little bit of EXP bit by bit, which will eventually get you all the way to level 40. Now it does take a little while to, of course, do all this. Heck, I think it took me about 6 hours of just straight grinding of doing this, but you can split this obviously through different days. This will help you out with your account progression, because the quicker you're able to get to level 40, the quicker you can unlock all the in-game dungeons and or get a carry to assist you with getting all the good stuff that you really need. Seeing that if you do have a carry as well, that means less materials you have to spend at the very beginning, and that makes everything a lot better. But on the off chance that you don't want to do that as well and you still want to do things by yourself, I still do suggest doing the sub quest anyways, because they give you tons of mats, gold, and different other items. So either way, you're going to be helping yourself out, and the EXP is more of a byproduct if anything. So still with the side quest, I would say that's a good thing to do for your account progress as your number 4. Once again, a simplistic type tip, but one that will honestly help out anyone who wants to progress really quickly. But we're going to go on to our third tip. Heading to our third tip, this is where things start to be a little bit more complicated. Conserve your keys. When it comes down to account progression here, you want to make sure you're using your keys in the right areas. So for all players, they need to know exactly what is to avoid and what it is to go ahead and use your keys on. So to immediately simplify things here, you guys already see the dungeon area or the dungeon list right now. The main things that you're going to end up seeing is going to be the Gold Dungeon, Mastery Growth Dungeon, Birds and Mines, the Capital of the Dead, and Deep Spider's Nest. All these are pretty decent dungeons, but the ones that you really want to avoid, seeing that you're trying to conserve keys, is going to be the Gold Dungeon and the Mastery Growth Dungeon. Both of these things are kind of useless, mainly for the Mastery Growth Dungeon. This is probably the most useless one, seeing that you can get everything here just out of the overworld pretty much. It is going to take you a little bit longer, but you want to usually do it in the overworld because sometimes it is cheaper, and secondly, you can get a bunch of other items alongside of it. So you usually don't want to do the Mastery Growth Dungeon unless you truly have to. And the same can technically be said with the Gold Dungeon. Gold Dungeon is nice. Of course, all the dungeons you want to do them for their first clears, and Gold Dungeon is no different. So you always do the first clears, but you don't want to heavily grind it unless you truly have to. Gold Dungeon is more of a desperate need for gold, so I would suggest a lot of you guys to conserve your keys and not use them here, because you're able to get gold in other mats like that just in the overworld from either chests or from grinding the overworld bosses. If you want a good place to go ahead and use your keys and try to conserve them the correct way, overworld bosses such as the Red Demon, Gray Demon, or any of those bosses as well, or the Reaper, any of those guys will be a better place to use your keys. Later down the line, you are going to use them on the actual dungeons, such as like the harder version of Capital of the Dead, aka the Gila boss, as well as like Deep Spider's Nest. So it's better to go ahead and make sure you use those keys only in the right direction and conserve when needed. But with that out the way, we're going to go ahead and go to our next tip as well. Our second tip is actually very important, and I've mentioned it in other videos as well. This is to not forget your crafting bench. Your crafting bench is going to be very, very helpful to you, and it's probably going to allow you to do way more than you do think about it. When it comes down to at least all the legendary weapons and it comes down to everything else, you need to make sure that you're able to, of course, get your crafting bench all good. What I mean by this is by going ahead and doing so here, you'll be able to, of course, make legendary spell beads. You can make all these other spell beads that you do need. You're able to make gear, signature weapons, and so on and so forth. By going ahead and keeping up with this and enhancing your workbench, it will make your life a lot easier, especially when it comes down to really trying to focus on doing any type of content here, seeing that we need to make all of our gear as fast as possible. Now, granted, gear is more of a last minute thing that you are going to focus on, but I will say it is very important, and you want to make sure that if that crafting bench is up, you're obviously able to, of course, continue on and not have an issue in the long run. So it's always best to talk about it now rather than talk about it later, because talking about it too late, you may not do what you need to do early. Plus, a little bit of a side tip alongside of that, if you do have a stronger friend who is in the stronger variety, all you technically do have to do is level up your EXP for the workbench itself and just borrow their workbench. If anything, it should work just the same, and you should be able to exchange out everything you need as long as you have the EXP to do so. But let's go ahead and go to our top one tip. Lastly, for progression, we've went over, of course, all these smaller tips that seem a little bit mundane, but this one as well is pretty darn good to know. If you're going ahead and actually trying to count progress and get yourself even stronger as much as possible, do not forget the skins. What I mean by the skins here, if you check your armor, you're able to have some skins on the armor set itself. I think Tristan gets one very early that's like an R outfit, and these skins themselves do come with their own custom set effects. The quicker you get these up, the better your HP is going to look, because they drastically boost HP by a large amount. And I mean a very large amount. If we take a look at my Gila, you can see that the SSR outfit for her has around 16k HP immediately. And this is just off of the character itself. This isn't anything else really equipped into it. It is just the HP from the gear piece itself, which can rack you up a lot of HP in general to survive a ton of damage. If you're able to get a lot of these skins, they do something similar here, in which you can obviously see my Tiore as well as my Tristan does have a huge HP bonus. Granted, you do have to hope that the outfit itself does get a little bit lucky, because you want to make sure they have some decent engraving bonuses. If they don't, the outfit can very well be a little bit trash, but in the future you could probably get more or re-roll them later down the line, so don't worry about it. But the skins are very important, especially for account progression, if you are really trying to get that extra HP bonus. But with that all out of the way here, you guys, hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, please do slap that like button with your forehead. Consider subscribing if you do need to as well. I do daily videos all the time. We took a little bit of a break yesterday, but we're back and better than ever. So till next time, everybody, peace out and have a nice day.